Alright guys, thanks for tuning back in. For all you enthusiasts out there, you can tell I'm riding something that hadn't been on the channel. And that is because I finally found a deal to get rid of the Lowrider ST. And if you know your fairings and your bikes and everything, you know I'm on an Indian Challenger, but this is actually a Indian Pursuit. So found a dealership in Columbus, Georgia that made me a good offer. Worked a deal to get rid of the ST and get in a 24 Indian Pursuit in Sapphire Blue with the Powerband package, and I like it. You know, it's a lot heavier than my Lowrider ST by about like 210 pounds or so, maybe. So, you know, I gotta get used to slow maneuvers on it, you know, to being heavier, dimensioned a little different and everything. Oh man, wasn't paying attention. I don't know if I was in the going straight lane or a turning lane. I was going to ride the bike up through Pine Mountain, but apparently the bridge is being worked on or something. The road's closed to local traffic only, so now I'm just headed back towards Griffin. I'm going to pull over here and take my jacket off though, because I'm getting hot, and can do a little walk around the bike, I reckon. Yeah, so there it is. I don't know, I think it's a gorgeous bike. You know, the ST looked good. I liked everything I had done to it, but I was having issues with it. It wasn't wanting to start every time, and I mean, you know, it takes a couple times to takes a couple times to turn over anyway, but normally by like that third, fourth time it would start. But here lately it was taking like 8 or 9 attempts to start. You got to slam that. That's something that's really weird. But yeah, and I just bought a battery for it, bought spark plug wires. You know, I didn't know if the tune was messed up on it or something, and I need to clean it, don't I? Whew. But yeah, so bought a battery, bought spark plug wires, and none of that was really fixing it. And I thought about doing a build on it this Christmas, but you know, I didn't have no confidence in riding it that it was going to start. And I mean, you know, I've always had, like, I mean, when I first got the bike, I enjoyed it. It's a good riding bike, you know. I mean, nothing, you know, I have nothing bad to say about it. It's just finding a bike that you like riding and you're comfortable with all the time, and yada yada yada. I mean, you know, y'all know how that is. Everybody's got an opinion and everybody likes what they like. If you were to ask me right now, I'm still going to tell you my Ninja 1000 SX still my favorite bike to ride. Just because how light it is super fast, and you know, It's a whole lot easier to ride in the day-to-day. And then I haven't shown it, you know, there was a short, if you saw it or not, you know, I do have a CF Moto Ibex 800T as well that I'll need to do a video on. I'll walk around on it, I reckon. I got that bike because, you know, well, let's go down dirt roads and be cool and do the adventure bike thing. I need to get knobby tires for it though. But back to the Harley, yeah, you know, I was just having issues with it, lost confidence in the bike. Had always been trying to make it like the bike I wanted, adding a tour pack, the bigger bags, you know, I mean, basically I made a mini little road glide. But with it starting, you know, I just, you know, sometimes it's just like that was just the excuse to finally pull the trigger on really looking, instead of trying to like just half-ass find a trade-in or a deal for a trade-in, you know what I mean? Indian was running the $2,000 customer cash until the end of July, and you know, obviously I took advantage of that. You know, the dealership didn't have any crazy markups or anything. So, you know, considering the bike, the MSRP is right at 40 on it. You know, I came out the door 45. I mean, that, I feel you go to some dealerships that are going to have all their stupid markup, you know, freight, document fees, assembly fees, whatever fees. Everybody just wants to fee everything. You know, to me, it just made sense to me. You know, again, that's just about as subjective as what bike you like riding, as far as motorcycle and car loans and the interest rates and yada yada yada. I mean, you know, do whatever makes you happy. You only got one shot at this thing called life, so you better enjoy it. That's another reason why I hadn't been posting so much. You know, work's been busy. Life's thrown a couple hurdles at me. Been dealing with some medical issues and trying to get that all figured out, see what's going on with me. So, you know, enjoy what you got while you can, because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. And not gonna lie, I suck at the slow maneuvers on this thing. You know, it's heavier. I got a lot of practice that I got to do. Get better controlling it for turns and the tight stuff, you know. But again, that's why I like my Ninja, because that's just so much easier to do all that crap with. But practice, you know what I mean? Anybody can ride any bike straight up like this. And skills is the turns and the slow maneuvers, I think. But yeah, I mean, as far as opinions on this thing, you know, I'm 5'10". I got the Clockwerks 11-inch windscreen on it, which, you know, the Indian Pursuit comes with a taller one from the factory. So this here, you know, the factory one's like cut off right there. This here completes the look of the fairing, in my opinion. And it's only just a little bit like taller than the factory one, you know. And I mean, they're damn near the same height, but this has more coverage on the outside, like I was saying. You know, the wind noise, I can hear it at the top of my helmet. Don't really hear it in my chin or anything. As far as wind protection, my collarbone and shoulders are catching a breeze, but nothing too drastic. And then I'm sure you'll be able to tell in the microphone, you know, if I raise the windscreen, I don't hear none of the air trying to go through the vents in my helmet or anything. You know, it becomes really quiet. A little bit more breezy on my shoulders, but not bad. But honestly, I gotta leave this thing down so I can get air into that top vid on my helmet, otherwise I'm just gonna burn up. It is easy enough to ride when you get going. It don't, you know, I mean, everybody says that about every bike. It loses its weight when it gets going, and you know, that's true. So it is comfortable to get up here, get out on these roads. I thought I was going to make a video the other weekend and went up to Blood Mountain in North Georgia around Helen and Hiwassee and all that, and ended up going down that is it Wolf Gap Pin or Wolf Pin Gap? Yeah, Wolf Pin Gap or whatever. And God almighty, I was the guy slowing everybody down on that one, because those turns are, you know, tight back to back. But I made it, you know, didn't drop the bike or nothing like that. You know, it was a challenge. I definitely wouldn't want to, I don't think I'd want to make this a habitual bike to go down on those roads. You know, I'd stick to taking my Ninja up there. But this here is definitely nice for the longer rides. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. I opened my visor. Get some more air going in my helmet. If I had half helmets or, you know, brain caps, whatever you want to call them, I probably would wear one on this, because the wind protection is nice. I love coming around bends and, you know, whatever, just seeing all the trees. I don't really know another way to get to Pine Mountain, but other than the way I was going. I'll have to look at maps. You know, I think I could get on 27 and go down 27 and come out by that part. But I'm not familiar enough with the area to just start picking roads to go down. Woo, power-wise on this thing, man, you get this on the interstate, and if you're not paying attention, you're going to get a ticket, because you're going to get a ticket. The top end power on this is nothing like the Harley was. She pulls. Yeah, you know, you can see the 6500 red line on the tag. I think the Harley was like, what, 52 or something like that. So you get the torque, the horsepower. I mean, you know, you put this in sport mode and get over 4,000 RPMs, and it, you know, it's not as juicy as my Ninja, but she goes, you know. Passing power is definitely there. This does have Apple CarPlay and all that fun jazz. The Bluetooth stuff, you know, I don't know if you guys, if you're looking at buying one of these bikes, I hope you're like doing research and stuff, because I was fully aware of everything with this before I got it, and I still didn't care. Bluetooth connection is weird. Like, you want your cardio to hook up before your phone hooks up, and then a lot of times I disconnect my phone from my cardio, because when I leave it all hooked up, there's like issues with it, and I don't, you know, I wouldn't necessarily say that's Indian, because I don't think Indian's doing all the programming and whatnot with the bike. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes I do have like the music will go out, and I'll have to hold down the settings and do like a hard set on the radio to get everything to connect. So sometimes it can be intermittent on how it works, but again, for me, if I let the cardio hook up first and then put the phone, connect the phone to the bike, because it's got a hardwired connection. So then connect the USB on the phone and disconnect the cardio from the phone, boom, it works. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a whole lot of crap. My Harley, like, whatever, dude. I mean, everybody has Bluetooth connection issues with all the bikes. It's just like playing your old school Nintendo and remembering the cheat code, you know. The radio on it's pretty good. I don't know if this is the microphone in my helmet's picking up the music or not, but you know, it gets loud and I can hear it good. Obviously I can't hear no bass. I mean, I'm not thumping any crazy bass, you know, with it. But I don't know, if you're going to turn your saddlebags into subwoofer enclosures, and then I don't know, I want to be able to throw crap in here and go out and ride, so I'm not turning my saddlebags into subwoofer enclosures to get the bass. You know, I can do that in my Bronco. You know, you get maps and everything. You know, I mean the now I'm getting scared because now it's going to mess up, and you can see what I'm dealing with, what everybody's dealing with when it messes up. Like, why did it do that? There's no reason to do that. And see, it's still playing, but it don't know where it's playing. It like cuts out on the map shit. Drives me crazy when it does it, because now there's a good possibility that I'm not going to be able to listen to music for the rest of the ride home. I do have the garage door opener on here. If you buy it, the little touch button thing will already be on there, but you have to get the actual home link transmitter receiver, and it goes behind there, easy to put in. You got all your screens with your information on there. I don't even know if y'all can really see it or not. See if I get my music back going. And yes, if I slow down to 40, the front end wobbles. You can read about that on the forum. The dealership's been really good. You know, I brought it to them, they took it for a test ride. He said, oh yeah, you know, it turns into a tank slapper. He's got a new wheel coming from Polaris under warranty, but they're back ordered or whatever, so I have no idea when I'll be able to get a new wheel on here. But you know, it just, one of them things, don't try to drink any water slowing down going to 40, otherwise it's going to start. Is this my road? I think this is my road. Hell, I don't know. See, now the navigation's back working too. get out of this hole. There we go. In navigation. Go back here. Let's hit play. Radio's back. Let's not touch Google Maps because that's what triggered everything. Everything was working fine until I hit the Google Map button. So I don't know. I think it's a software issue with the stuff just communicating, you know. I mean, I don't know. It's probably going to force me to get a new phone eventually because I'm running the phone's Apple iPhone 12 Pro Max, so you know it's still updating with all of Apple's latest updates, but it is getting a little old. But hell, I'm tired of paying, you know, $1,300 for a freaking phone. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like it was cool when they made phones little laptops, but now it's kind of like overplayed. And it's like, I don't know, man. I mean, I like being able to hook the stuff up and use it for stuff like this, but if it causes issues, then it's like whatever. Like the motorcycles need to just all start coming with Apple CarPlay and well, I guess Android Auto ain't working very good. I don't know. I haven't had an Android in forever. So if you don't know, like I said, if you're looking at this stuff and you're looking at the audio package, if you go on Indian's website, it'll talk about it being 800 watts, but this blows my mind. Like if you're gonna sell a bike from the factory, woohoo, that little bird almost got me. If you're gonna sell a bike from the factory with upgraded audio, and told about it being 800 watts, but then when you go look at the bike, it's only got 6 speakers. Each speaker is 100 watts, so you'd have to add the other speakers down here to the lower fairings, and that's how you get your other 200 watts to get it up to the 800 watt system. So I probably will do that because I do like being able to listen to my music when I'm riding, especially on roads like this. You know, I mean, I have it set to turn down quiet when I'm in town because, you know, I like my music. You don't like my music, right? You know, I mean, it's personal preference stuff again. I don't want to be the dude that's blaring, you know, Slaughter to Prevail or Bring Me to Horizon at a red light, and everybody's just like, what? Because, you know, not everybody listens to the type of metal and rock that I listen to, and, you know, damn sure a lot of people don't like it. So, you know, try to be somewhat mindful. So it does have the auto volume, you know, because I don't do it. It does it on its own, and you know, whatever it turns down to is whatever it turns down to, but it's definitely louder as you're riding than when you go to stop, so that's cool. And then, you know, you can adjust your navigation separate from there. So same thing like a car, you'll have your radio at one thing, and then if you're not paying attention, your voice navigation will come over loud as crap. So you gotta do those two volumes separate. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what else to talk about, really. It just feels good to be out here this morning riding. You know, in Georgia, we've been having a lot of rain lately and haven't been able to get out and just ride. So it's nice to be able to do that, especially on this bigger one, because like I said, you know, health issues have been having my stomach. You know, I got a mass in there, so we're trying to figure out what's, you know, going on with that, if it's cancer or whatever. But some days some days are rougher than other days, and some days I don't want to get out and ride the 900-pound motorcycle, you know, and then some days it's not hurting, you know, it's not pushing against my other organs, and I feel like I can use my core muscles and get out and ride. So just trying to take advantage of it. It sucks though, I hadn't been through Pine Mountain in forever, and I was wanting to take this down there, so that's kind of a bummer, but whatever, man. It's still early. It's 9:30 in the morning. I'll just get back one way and make a little detour and head back another way and another way and another way, and still get some time in on the bike before I get back home and do the crappy house chores, man. As soon as I can figure out how to teach my dogs to do laundry, like, I'm really going to be riding a lot. Yeah, if you don't know, it comes with heated grips and a heated seat too. I mean, the bike's pretty much fully loaded. You know, you can get fancier floorboards, you get the highway pegs, but me being 5'10" with the forward controls, like, if I was to get the highway pegs, it would just be to hold, like, my tippy toes up, because my little legs ain't really long enough to take advantage of the highway peg to put, like, the arch of my foot in it, if that makes sense. And I am like leaning forward a little bit on my upper body too. I'll probably end up getting the oh god, who makes them? Tap Performance, the Flowsome handlebars, but I think they make like a reduced reach one that comes closer to you, and then I think comes 4 inches closer to you and 2 inches up. I'll probably end up getting those handlebars on here. I think that would help the ergonomics for me. But I do like the forward controls. I like the huge brake pedal down there for the rear brake. That's cool. He's got the right idea too. Some people talk about vibration in the front, and this thing here pops on and off, and I noticed it vibrated when I popped it off to put the garage door opener in there, because there's like some pop-in clips in the back, and then in the front there's Velcro to like hold it down. I don't know why they didn't put 2 stabs right there, but I put some more Velcro on the front to help catch what was down in there. Now that thing don't rattle like it does, so that's something to keep in mind if you see the people talking about that, because some of these people, you know, they just go do test rides and it's a demo bike, God only knows what it's gone through, yada yada yada. You know, I mean, this is my bike and it was rattling. I figured out what it was and then made it not rattle, so it's nowhere near as bad as it was now that I beefed up that bottom part. Trying to think if there's any other things I've seen that are cons on it. You know, we talked about the wobble, talked about the vibration there. And I'm sure if somebody takes off that fairing to put the dyno mat well, not well, it's dyno mat, but you get it from Clockwerks to, you know, help make the speakers sound better. I mean, if you know what dyno mat is, you do. If you don't, look it up, because I'm not going to explain it well. You know, if you take this stuff apart and then put it back on, you got to make sure you snap everything in there and you don't break anything, because just from my years of working on everything, cars, you know, now motorcycles, anything that's plastic and snaps in there, I mean, the more times it comes in and out, the more chances are you're going to break it. It's never going to fit like it did that first time. You know, you just got to be mindful of that crap. But the vibrating, the wheel wobble, the Bluetooth connection stuff, and that's also going to vary from phone to phone and head unit to head unit too. You know, I mean, you got Cenas, Cardios, Androids, iPhones. Some people are probably ordering whatever off of Amazon to beat the headset thing, and everybody's going to have a different experience with the connectivities on the stuff with your hardware. So don't let one person's struggles, you know, deter you. I mean, just look for information and roundabouts, because the whole connecting the bike to the cardio first and the phone stuff, I found that on the forum, and I mean, you know, it worked for one guy and it worked for me too. So, you know, stuff's out there. You just gotta look for it. Oh, and if you're a veteran and you're looking at these, go on the Indian website and look at their veteran stuff, because I was able to get a whole nother year warranty on it. So I got 3-year warranty on the bike. The factory's 2-year warranty, and then being the veteran got me another one. I also got $200 in accessories to spend, which is why I bought the HomeLink thing. So go on there before you go test ride. If you think you're going to buy one, fill out the form and show your salesperson so they can do all that stuff at the time you buy the bike. You know, because it's rolled into the purchase of the bike or whatever. Like the $200 will show up as a credit on your paperwork or whatever. Excuse me. I gotta go. I'm trying to remember how to go through this town. That road right here is a one way. I gotta turn left up there at the next light. I think I'm gonna keep riding. I don't think I got any more much more to run my mouth about, so I think I'll say thanks for tuning in. If you got any questions about the bike, you know, leave them in the comments. I appreciate y'all watching and leaving comments. I try to respond as quick as I can, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for the video and just keep on enjoying my morning ride and let my knees hang loose in the breeze, you know what I'm saying? So y'all be good, and we'll see you on the next one.